everybody. How are we doing? We are back on the computer again. Yes. It's really weird because when I do Facebook on my phone, I can immediately tell it's on. When I do it on my computer, I'm like, is it? Like the other week I rewatched one of the videos and I totally jumped the gun. I was like, ah da da, and then the video started and I was like, they have no clue what I'm talking about. And of course my email is blowing up. Seriously, I'm like, what is going on? I'm gonna see if I can close all that out. So maybe we don't have to hear it. All right, so my name is Lindsay, and I am with Perfectly Pastry. Who's Perfectly Pastry? We are a local bakery in St. Louis, Missouri. We have a retail space at 3301 Merrimack Street in St. Louis, Missouri. The only thing I don't like about the computer is it's from my shoulders up, and I talk a lot with my hands, and if I move it down, I'm I don't know, it cuts off weird. Oh well, hopefully I don't bump the table. I watched one of my videos, and the computer's like, and I was like, it is what it is. So we are not only a retail bakery in St. Louis, but we also do wholesale baking in the St. Louis area. And then we provide all kinds of content for free online for other baking entrepreneurs and anybody who wants to improve their baking. We share tips about running bakery businesses. We share tips on how to start with your commercial kitchen. We have all kinds of information. We have a blog, we have a podcast, and we have a YouTube video. Plus, we come on here on Facebook Live and we talk to you guys every week just about whatever we think of. This week, we are going to talk about chocolate-covered strawberries because that's what we've been doing. If you're watching me live, use a heart. Let me know that I am watching you live. If you are watching me on replay, that's cool. Just use hashtag replay. Let me know. I didn't actually get to catch you live, but I did watch you on the replay. I greatly appreciate that. And then if this is the first time you've ever watched me, drop me a number one. Say, this is actually the first time I ever caught you live. I appreciate you joining. Yes, I do. So as everybody know, Valentine's Day is this weekend. If you don't know that Valentine's Day is this weekend, you better get with the picture because you do only have a couple more days to square away your Valentine's Day gift. So if you're getting gifts, I suggest you make some decisions soon because literally it's less than a week away. Yeah. All right. So just so you know, if you're interested in some Valentine's goodies, because we got them for you, we have our 5-inch miniature strawberry and cherry pies. Those are sold in our store. If you are interested, you can stop by and pick them up. We also are selling our chocolate covered strawberries. We have a very limited supply about chocolate covered strawberries. We will talk about that in a bit. And so if you want them, we suggest you go ahead and pre-order them. We will have whatever we have this week, and then that's it. Valentine's Day. If we have any left, then you can swing in the shop. But we are definitely trying to let you know we have a very limited supply. If you want them, we highly suggest that you go ahead, reach out to us, and get those pre-ordered. And then we have our cute heart-shaped cookies. So if you're looking for something for your hubby or your significant other, we highly suggest you grab those chocolate-covered strawberries. But if you're really looking for something for the kiddos, then we say add some of those heart-shaped cookies. Kids love the cookies for sure. So like I said, we do have a limited supply. If you're interested, definitely hit us up and we will get you some ordered and to the side for you. All right, so I know you're like, why does she keep saying it's limited supply, limited supply? So just so you know how strawberries work, we use the long-stemmed strawberries. Those are the ones that have the long stem. They're great for dipping. They're not the ones that are sold in the store. So you have to special order them, and we have been very proactive on this. I will say for the last 2 months, we have been in contact with our rep, constantly making sure that we are monitoring when and how we're getting our strawberries. And then last week we get notification, the fires in California or wherever have caused a nationwide strawberry shortage at Valentine's Day. It's like, but whatever. We scrambled everywhere to get our long stem strawberries like we were supposed to get last week. So it was crazy. And those of you who are on my email list know, I shot out an email. I was like, I just need somebody to vent to. And yesterday was one of those slap in the face, it's not easy being a business owner kind of week, right? Because when you work for somebody else and there's an issue, you just go to the boss and you're like, I got a problem, and then they solve it for you. It's not as fun. It's not as fun when you are the boss and you have to solve the problem and you're like, what? Yeah, so, it's not always cupcakes and sprinkles when you own your own business. Last week was definitely one of those week, but we hit the ground. We got it done. We found what we needed. We got what we needed. Thank you, Sun Farms. They were able to not only deliver and meet our expectations, but surpass our expectations. They are not who we ordered our strawberries with originally, but they totally saved our heinies. And for that, you guys will hear me talk about them a lot more. We just got signed up for them. I have a meeting with them. I want to talk more about their business and what they do here in St. Louis, all of those things. But they totally saved our butts. So kudos to them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The likelihood that they see this may not be very high, but I am putting it out there for all of you guys to know they are amazing. Their customer service was great. Not only did they email us, but they called my personal cell phone to give me information. He was texting me with updates to make sure that I knew what was going on. Unlike the company that we actually ordered them from, where I just got a random email saying, hey, by the way, we're not going to have your strawberries today like we promised. So yeah, that was a thing. But we don't want to be negative, right? We don't want to be negative. Exactly. So we got it done. We got it figured out. We bust our butts, and I am so happy and so thankful for Sun Farms. Thank you guys so much. All right, enough of that. Chocolate-covered strawberries. So I told you a couple weeks ago that when we started getting our chocolate-covered strawberries in and we started making them, that we would give you guys some tips on how to make your chocolate-covered strawberries. So here we are. Tip number 1, we use long stem strawberries, not the strawberries on the store, which means they are special ordered. So you have to special order them. You cannot walk into the store and be like, oh, these are them. They have very long stems. When you see them, when you buy them, you'll see them. Great. All right. So I asked our pastry chef, here's my mama. I asked her, I said, all right, Mom, give me your tips for those who want to do chocolate-covered strawberries. So this is for you if you're doing it at home. This is also for you if you run a baking business and you're like, I really wanted to do chocolate strawberries. I was nervous about it. Hey, Mother's Day is right around the corner. You could always do them for Mother's Day if you don't have enough time to get them out this year, okay? Or this season, I guess, or this holiday, whatever you want to call it. We got you, all right? So here's the tips. 1, you don't want to use candy melts. We don't use candy melts. We use couverture chocolate. You want to use a high-end chocolate, okay? Tip number 1, don't use the junky chocolate, okay? No candy melts, couverture chocolate, all right? Tip number 2, ours did not have to be tempered, so we didn't have to do that step. We bought one that's already tempered, so if you're looking for high quality and you don't want to go through the tempering process, make sure you're checking that, okay? So we didn't have to temper ours. Our pastry chef said you want to use Crisco or another type of shortening when you're melting your chocolate, okay? You want about 3 ounces. She uses 3, I say about, but really she uses 3 ounces because let's be real, my mom weighs that stuff. We have talked to you guys a million times about weighing versus using cups and things like that, spoons, that kind of stuff. 3 ounces to 18 ounces of chocolate. That is exactly what she used in our business. She said, if you're going to decide to melt it in a microwave, you need to do it in 30-second increments, okay? You are not wanting to overheat this chocolate. You don't want to burn this chocolate. You just want to melt the chocolate, okay? So if you decide not to do it in a saucepan or on the stove and you choose to do it in the microwave, please do it 30-second increments so that you don't burn it, okay? Super important. You want to slightly chill your strawberries before you dip them, okay? We don't want them to be frozen because if you've ever thawed out frozen strawberries, you know they get mushy. So we're not looking for frozen, okay? You just want them slightly chilled, all right? Next step is so important, so important. Are you ready? No water, okay? Water is like the arch enemy of chocolate, okay? Dry those strawberries off and make sure all of your utensils are dry. Make sure all the equipment you are using is completely dry, okay? Water will mess your chocolate up. And if you are buying couverture chocolate, you know that stuff ain't cheap, okay? It's not cheap and you don't want to be wasting it, okay? So definitely dry everything off. No water, none, okay? All right, so make sure everything is completely dry before you use it. Now, when you're actually dipping the strawberries, okay, you're going to dip, then you're going to lift, then you're going to dip again, okay? And then you're gonna lift again. You're gonna let it drain over the bowl, okay? You're gonna let it drain because you want all the dripping to stop, okay? So you dip, lift, dip, lift, and then let it all drip off, okay? Now, you're gonna place it on wax paper, but there's actually, I gotta get up close because like I told you, the camera is real low, so you can't see my hands, and I'm about to show you something, all right? So I'm gonna sit up tall like a big girl. All right, so there's actually a special way to place it on the wax paper, okay? Gotta find the camera. There we go. All right, so when you place it on the wax paper, you're going to shift it forward slightly away from you, okay? You're gonna, oh crap. I don't, stupid Facebook in the mirror. Yeah, okay, whatever. And you're gonna place it and shift it forward, okay? So you're like, okay, thanks for showing me that, right? Okay, so what that is actually going to do is prevent that feet, those like feet you get on your chocolate covered strawberries, because it's actually kind of like, in essence, sliding the chocolate under the strawberry. You're like coating it, okay? So that you don't get those like feet from placing your strawberry down. So shift it forward. Don't pull it to you. I was like, Mom, are you pulling it to you or are you shifting it forward? And she was like, why would I pull it to me? And I'm like, hey, just work with me here. I gotta visualize. I don't know. I probably have said this a million times. I'm not a visualizer. Oh, I'm so not a visualizer. My husband will be like, I want to paint this wall red. And I'll be like, and he's like, you can't imagine what it's going to look like. And I'm like, no, thank goodness my husband does graphic design, because he's like, okay, let me show you. So he like takes pictures of the room and he like paints the whole wall a color on the computer so that I can look at it and go, oh, okay, oh, no, I don't like that. Or, okay, I like that. I have actually made him go through all that work and go, no, I don't like that. I don't want to do that at all. Poor guy. Anyway, so I'm not a visualizer, so I made my mom look. Okay, so down, shift it slightly forward, cover that chocolate. All right, then these last two steps are actually really, really easy. Once you've dipped it and you're going to add your extra, so nuts, sprinkles, whatever you want to add extra, you need to do it immediately after you set it there to dry, okay? Because your chocolate needs to be wet for those things to stick to it. And then, the most important, let it dry. Not just slightly dry, not just pretty much dry, completely. Let it completely dry, because if you touch it, you're going to mess it up, okay? Let it completely dry. So simple, right? My mom's been cranking out strawberries left and right this week. She is a strawberry cranking out fool. And so she was like, yep, let's give them this information. That way they can go home. If they want to make them this weekend, they can make them with their kids. They can make them for their spouse. They can make them for their significant other. Girl, boy, whoever. You want to make them for yourself? Do it. I love chocolate covered strawberries. So yeah, that's my thing. I love them. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today, is how you can make the strawberries at home. If you're like, I don't have enough time to do that, I am not talented enough to do that, we got your back. Yeah, you can definitely give us a call, send us a DM, message us, email us, and go ahead and place your order for your chocolate covered strawberries. You totally get, not everybody is into making their own things, and that is why we are here for you. Yeah, so this week, we are going to have our strawberry and cherry pies. We've got a few of our chocolate covered strawberries left, so if you want them, and I've heard from several people, because not everybody can get the strawberries, it's a limited strawberry supply out there. We highly suggest you let us know sooner than later if you want these chocolate covered strawberries for your Valentine's Day celebration. And then we have those adorable heart-shaped cookies. If you guys are interested, definitely message us. I like that clap. That's like my perfect segue. All right. If you guys are watching us live on Facebook, you really should be liking and following us on Facebook. But we are on other social media. Facebook is the only one that we are at Perfectly Pastry Bakery. All the other social media, we are at Perfectly Pastry. It's a thing. Yes. If you really want to know about it. It's because I didn't know that I was supposed to like match all the names at first. My husband's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, just let me be. So I never changed it. It's a thing. It's a story. I'm going with it because that's who I am. All right, you guys, I am here every Wednesday going live, giving you guys information about running your baking business, improving your baking and those sorts of things. And honestly, just to get on here and chit chat with you guys, because I love it. I love hopping on here and hanging out with all of you guys, even though we don't see each other. I know you're there. I know you're there, and I know you're watching. Yes. All right. So I will see you guys back here next week. You guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I will see you on Wednesday.